good evening, everyone. I'm James Walkinshaw, and welcome to episode 4 of Woodford Chats. Today's guest is ex-Woodford Town coach and manager, and the founder and manager of Weare United, Ross Weare. How you doing, Ross? Nice for you to join us. Thank you very much. Very honoured to have you on the show. It's really nice.
Oh, thanks for having me, James. Good to see you as always.
No problem.
Nice. Pleasure.
Yeah. So I just wanted to start at the beginning, you know. As always, I say, where did you grow up? What area did you grow up in?
I grew up in West London. So I grew up in that.
West.
Yeah, I grew up in West London, Ealing, Acton. So yeah. I'm a West Londoner, really. Yeah,
I'm East London all the way. So West London is a little bit of alien.
Yeah.
No, so you grew up in West London, and when did you start playing sort of like organised football? What age?
Do you know what? From the age of 6, six, I played for my first team. Joined the little team and that Greenford Celtics.
Oh wow!
Started from there, man. The journey started from age 6.
Age 6. That's early.
Yeah.
But was it something you loved straight away?
Yeah, to be fair, do you know what? It's between that and athletics. I was really into athletics as well as a little kid. Yeah. So, you know, but yeah, I always had a love for football.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it has to start there. So so you started there. So what age did you start to realise, hold on, I'm a little better than the people around me, you know, I have a little bit extra here.
I'd have to say from the last year of primary school, you know, I was already playing above my years and that. So,
yeah,
you know, I faced for that, the age of, you know, under 11s, I was playing like under 13s football. Yeah. So yeah, and then I pushed when I went to secondary school, that's when I really pushed on. Got a little call from the district team and stuff like that. And that's when I thought to myself, you know what, if you're getting picked for them sort of things, then, you know, it must be all right still. So yeah.
Other people are noticing. I kind of thought I might be okay, but when other people start noticing, that's when it cements it for you, right?
yeah, definitely. It's when other people say it to you, not, you know what I mean? Always yourself, you think you can do things, but when other people start pointing out, that's when you got to sit back and go, yeah, actually, they must be saying it for a reason. Yeah,
exactly. So, so when did you get to the level where you were playing in the Essex Senior League? Is there a straight progression, or what?
Well, to be fair, from young, obviously, I went into like schoolboy football. I was at School of Excellence. It was then.
Yeah.
You know, I was at the QPR School of Excellence. Then I went on to Chelsea. I was at Chelsea for 2 years as a kid. But you know, to make the grade then, obviously, it's extremely difficult. A lot of players will fizzle out from those sorts of academies and that. So it was difficult. That's when I made the break into sort of, you know, amateur non-league sort of football.
Yeah.
I was playing for a local Sunday team. I was doing quite well, banging in goals for fun.
Yeah.
And then, you know what I mean, just wanted to push on that a little bit more. So started playing Essex Senior League. I was playing for East Ham United. So yeah, good old East Ham. Yeah,
East Ham United. Wow. I've got names from back in the
day. I've got a lot of love for that team, man, and the manager Ruben Gaines. That man right there. I'll have to say he's the one who made me push on and I mean reach what I could, my full potential, so to speak. But yeah, you know, he's the one who made me really push on and crack the whip on me. I needed that.
Yeah. So how many goals were you scoring back then?
What, Essex Senior League?
Yeah. How many goals in the season would you say?
47 was my top season.
That's not bad. That's not bad. You can't come and play for Woodford. We need someone to bang in the goals too. If we could bang in
the these legs don't run no more. You've seen that anyway. I'm trying, man.
No, you did all right.
I know. I was just getting to feet, but I can't really be moving about.
It's the days after that you probably suffer.
Trust, man.
Yeah. So you're banging in goals for fun at East Ham, right? So when does professional football come calling?
That's the funny thing. Playing for East Ham, I didn't know, but obviously scoring lots of goals, it attracts, the scouts, and people start talking about you. And that's one thing I always say to players. If you perform well, people are going to talk about you. And that's what you've got to do. You've got to make people open their eyes or open their ears and realize that you're there. So I was banging in goals, like you say. And then, scouts were coming to watch on a weekly basis, which I was unaware of at the time.
Yeah.
Then I got a sniff of Ipswich Town were there, and they were really interested in me, etc. But nothing ever came of that, so I thought fair enough, just crack on with what I'm doing. 2-2's QPR scout was there, Steve Burtonshaw. He'd been watching me for, I don't know, he'd been watching me for, I don't know, the past 2-3 months, which I was unaware of again. End of a game one time, literally just like that. Got approached, said that, QPR would be interested in me, would I be interested in coming down for a trial. It just went from there, man. The rest is history. But it's a little bit old school back then. And, scout could just come to the side of the pitch, and next thing you know, you're going for a trial. A little bit different now. So, but yeah, that's how it happened for me anyway.
Yeah, no. So the manager was Jerry Francis, is that correct?
Yeah, Jerry Francis. You should know all about him being a Tottenham man, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. I'm sure he still has that same hairstyle now. The old mother. He loves it.
Yeah, man. He's known for that haircut, man.
So, how did you find the jump in quality of the players around you, the facilities, how did you? Yeah.
Massive for me. It was a massive eye opener.
Yeah,
being a non-league,
and then suddenly,
exactly, non-league, just rough and ready. The changing rooms, it's just a massive difference. So to walk in first day, and to look around and actually to know players, to see them, playing on the TV, etc. And then 2-2s, you're in there in the changing rooms. So it's a little bit intimidating to start off with. Yeah. But yeah, once you get out on the pitch, you can see the quality straight away, James. The way the players are fizzing the ball into you and the talking. It was very intense, very intense. You know what I mean? So
and they want to test you out, right? And they want to test you out. They want to see what you're about.
Oh, 100%. They're like, who's this guy coming in? Yeah. What's he all about? They don't know who you are. Being a non-league player, it's like, who's this boy? Like, you know what I mean? So it's difficult. People don't want to give you the ball in training as well. Yeah. They don't want to give it to you, like, So it was hard. It was hard, but just have to just crack on and make it happen, man. Keep working hard and, just get the trust of the players, get the trust of the manager. And, and I was lucky in that sense. I fitted in nice, at QPR. I did. It was a great team, good manager.
Yeah, and how old were you at this stage when you joined QPR?
22.
22. So it's like a late bloomer, came through.
Yeah, very late.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. That's amazing. So at QPR, you had a few appearances, and then you had an unfortunate injury, right?
Yeah. Sustained quite a bad back injury. So that was in that. I got that injury within my first season as well, which was it was hard, but yeah.
So you were struggling to recover from that, but you did eventually recover and play at a high level again. But you got, I believe that Jerry Francis moved to Bristol Rovers. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. You have done your homework, isn't it? Look.
I have, yes. Well, you think this is a joke? No. No. Yeah, of course. Yeah, and so he took you with him.
Yeah, literally, it was a mad time as well. It was the end of the season. QPR had gone into administration at the time. The club was in a real bad way. Contracts were vast. Me making minimal appearances, hardly ever match fit. I was told by Ian Holloway that they wouldn't be giving me an extension to my contract. So
Right.
But that was hard at the time. Within 2 weeks, I found out that Jerry had now taken the role of manager at Bristol Rovers.
Yeah.
So he personally called me that summer and just said, look, if we can get you fit, you know, he still has that belief in me. He knows, you know, what I could do.
Yeah.
And just had that faith and that belief that maybe, you know, I could get back to full fitness and do what he had seen in me, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. That must have been an amazing confidence boost.
Yeah, it was. For someone of his stature, you know, he's worked with some real great players, you know. And me being a striker as well, for him to work with those sorts of players like Jurgen Klinsmann and, you know, Les Ferdinand, do you know what I mean? These big strikers for me.
He wasn't a bad player himself.
Yeah.
International, you know, that's no joke.
No, listen. When you get that ball out on the training field and he tells you this is how you do it, he will show you how you do it. And he's got a thing on him, trust. Yeah, man.
Yeah. So you were at Bristol Rovers for a little while, but unfortunately, the injury sort of like beat you at that stage. So yeah. How was that? That must have been a devastating blow.
Yeah, I was in a real bad way at the time. I was still trying to fight it, James. I was still trying to, you know, get fit, still trying to do everything I could. But I was in a bad way. There was days I literally couldn't move, laying flat out on the floor, literally just couldn't move.
And this is you at 25, right? You're 25 years old at this stage.
Well, 24 at the time, actually. It's only like a couple of years after making it as a pro. So that's another thing. I didn't want to let it go. It took that long to get there, to get your dream. And then it's like, you know what? This dream's actually sort of, I can see it drifting away. It's like, I've got to do something. I pushed myself to all different sorts of limits to try and get there. But I didn't do myself any favors. I actually made it worse. And it got to that stage where the FA doctors said, look, you know, you're going to have to call it a day, basically. That's it. Or possibly end up in a wheelchair. And so yeah. I still suffer with it every day, James, to this day, you know? Yeah. To this day, still. But it is what it is, you know?
Yeah. So this has happened. You're now a retired footballer. So what got you back into football? Or did you never leave?
In my heart, I never left. But my head, I did. You know, I wasn't. My head went. So yeah, basically, I moved from England. I had to get away from the country. I didn't want to see football every week on the TV, be constant reminders of things. So I moved to Spain with my wife and my young son. We moved out to Spain. I was there for a few years, whilst, you know, deciding the next step, basically getting myself together and just basically dealing with it. You know, it's like, I say to people, it's like grief. You got to come to terms with it. You know, it sounds simple to anyone that's not involved in sport or football, and they go, "Oh, come on, get over it." You know, it's not as simple as that. It took a long time, man. So
you never quite get over it, but you just get used to not being in there every day, sort of thing, I suppose.
Yeah.
Same with grief. Yeah,
definitely. But I knew football was still in there, so I had to do something in football. You know, I had to get back into it. I had to get back into it somewhere.
So how did you do that?
Yeah, I literally came back to the UK, started doing my coaching badges, spoke to QPR before I came back. You know, I said to them, look, I want to get into coaching. You know, how do I go about it, basically? I didn't know anything about it, you know. So got a lot of advice from them, helped me to push me towards coaching courses. The Professional Football Association, PFA, massive help to me, helped me get, you know, all my badges and that. So you know, it just went from there. Really started from youth football, you know, little kids and that. First of all, that was my first team. Started doing under nines. So yeah, it's a mad journey.
It's rewarding. It's rewarding having had the son go through those age groups. You know, you can see the joy it brings to everyone. When they're doing well, you know. So one of the players has a breakthrough, you know, suddenly they turn into a little player, and that joy is amazing. You know,
exactly.
It's rewarding. Yeah.
Definitely.
So, okay, so you're back into football, doing your badges and everything. how did you come to join Woodford Town?
Yeah,
I'm sure there's a gap I'm missing out, but
big jump from but how did I come about Woodford Town? Actually, I'm trying to think now. You got me. Who approached me or did? Yeah, that's a mad one. But yeah, do you know what? I know exactly how I got to Woodford Town. I was working over at New River doing the Woodford Reserves.
Oh, right,
At the time.
yeah.
Remember when the reserves just formed? It was a crossover between Wolverhampton, Forest, or whatever, some team out there.
Yeah,
they merged, come together, formed. Yeah, so they basically formed a reserve team. I got approached to manage and coach the reserve team at the time.
Yeah.
So then I put that on. Met D, who come over to a few games. You know, but we'd met previously. I'd known him from Ryan FC days as well.
Yeah.
So back in the grassroots once again. So we've come across each other's paths, you know, in the past. So the reserves doing well there, to be fair. You know, was doing all right. I knew the first team, you know, could do with a coach at that time. So I jumped at it, to be fair. You know, it's first team football. So I said, of course I'm gonna jump on that.
Yeah. So what was your favourite thing about you know, working with Woodford Town? What was your favourite thing? What did you enjoy the most?
Do you know what? I like working with D and Neil. I've got some proper good memories, man. I've had so many laughs with them too along the way. Yeah. So that's meant a lot to me, to be happy in a place, you know. So yeah, them two, trust me, jokes on the sideline, training, the minibus to games, you name it. We've had some good times, man. Yeah. So just the atmosphere of Woodford, you know, I liked it, man. Still do to this day. It's a really good club. Yeah. The supporters, the people behind the scenes, it's a family club, and I'm all about that. So yeah, I got a lot of time for Woodford, man. Definitely. Good club.
It's I have to admit, that's the reason why I'm involved, because it is a family club. It's just about it's about others. If you get what I mean, they're trying to do what's best for other people. It's not always about just the bottom line or anything like that. Yeah. So you became manager eventually, and you had a go at that. How did you find being the boss man? You know?
It's different, you know. Well, it's different in a sense, but then again, it isn't. I never thought of myself as going into management, so to speak. Right. You know, I'm more hands-on the training field. That's my line of things. I like to be first and foremost on the training field with my players. Yeah. Once you get to managerial status, obviously there's a lot of other stuff that gets involved. There's added pressures. You know, it's a results game. Then it just becomes a results game. Yeah. I'm not really. So there's a different side. You know, you either want results or you know, you want to improvement and improve players and grow, and it's different. So, but no, I enjoyed it though. I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie, it was nice. You know, obviously I'm still guy. I didn't get long enough in it. Yeah. You know, but you know, because you know what I mean, it was short. So to say managerial, 10 games. But yeah, I still enjoyed it, man. You know what I mean? The players obviously bought into it at the time, which was good. You know, the transition from being a coach now, and then you're actually the manager, and you know, it's different. So yeah, it just changes the dynamics. Yeah, it does. You know, but no, we had a good relationship. It was good, man. It was alright. Yeah, and around that time, you started Weare United, with support from Kick It Out, right? Yeah. Where did that idea come from? Was that something that you had formulated for a long time, or was it a split decision, or you know, spur of the moment? Yeah, it was something that I thought about, you know, previously. Obviously, having my own sort of club, whether it be a club academy or you know, I've had those sort of ambitions, but this time round it was a spur of the moment thing. You know, me and my wife were literally sitting in the garden, discussing players. My phone was ringing at the time. Players out of contract, they weren't getting minutes at clubs. The transition from under 18 football into senior football. Could I help them out? You know, I just thought, I keep sending players to other people at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Why not get them all together and create something and see what we can do? Do you know what I mean? It literally went from there, James. Just one idea. 2 days later, we put an application into the league. I started speaking to Troy Townsend from Kick It Out, and within I'd say 2 weeks, Weare United was formed and we were ready to go. We was into the league, and yeah, it was mad. It just happened really quick.
Wow. I didn't realise it was that quick. I knew it wasn't over years, but I didn't know it was like 2 days, 2 weeks. It was done.
Yeah, that quick, man. Just I'm like that though. If we get an idea, there's no point just sitting on it or just act on it. Do it, you know. Yeah, do it. Yeah, you know what I mean, I'm like that. And so your wife Dee, she was a main component of, you know, Weare United, and she obviously is been involved from day one right the way through, bringing sandwiches and stuff to the sidelines and being a total support. But she's had a few health issues recently. How is she, and you know, how is she and how's it going? You know? Yeah, it's been extremely difficult, man. I'd say it's been the toughest time of my life, man. So, you know, having to watch someone you love and you care about have to suffer, you know, it's difficult, but she's amazing, man. You know what she's like. She's so positive, so strong. You know what I mean? But she's all right, man. She's fighting it all the way. Yeah, she's resting right about now upstairs. Since last chemotherapy last week, this one's really wiped her out. So a little bit at that moment. She came to football Sundays. You saw she was there, you know, in spirit. But it has wiped her out, and the last couple of days just been bed down basically. So, but she's all right. She's all right, man. She's doing good. You know, so got a good support network behind us, and likes of yourself and all the people out there that have sent us messages and love, man. It's been incredible. I can't believe it. It's been brilliant, man.
Don't worry, we will continue to do so. Don't worry. So I'm gonna have a quick word from our sponsors. 1 second. I'm here with Ross Weare. Just a quick second. This is Woodford Town. If you want to become a member, because everyone must want to become a member of Woodford Town. It's a lovely club. It's only a mere £50. It's a very, very small amount of money, because what you get is entrance to every home game for our first season back, right? And non-member tickets are £7 a game. So work it out. You're getting your money back very quickly. You get a picture with a player of your choice. You get a free soft drink at the first home game of the season. An opportunity for you to enter your child or someone else's child that you know as a mascot for a game. You get to use our new member terrace, you know, the seating that we have. And it's the place you want to be to make some noise for the club. Ross knows all about the noise that the Woodford fans make. So, yeah, it's a really fun time. So don't miss your opportunity to witness Woodford Town live. £50 membership. Guarantee your entry. It's great. Okay, I'm here with Ross Weare, manager of Weare United. He has so many strings to his bow. You also do a college course, don't you? You're one of the
that's right. Yeah. Pro Football Academy UK. So yeah, we've got bases. Brunel University, we've got a base over there. Yeah, base where I'm head coach at Hendon FC this year. We're over at Holmer Green as well. I believe we still have a girls academy as well over at Crystal Palace National School Centre. So yeah, it's good, man. I bought into it, James, because me personally, obviously having to leave football, having to re-educate and stuff like that. So I wanted to just ensure that players know, yes, you got your football, but you need your education as well. So I'm in a good place, obviously, to push with the football and push them on with the education. So yeah, it works out really well, man. But no, it's amazing. It's a really good place.
Yeah, that's really rewarding, because it gives people you know, if it doesn't work out, not everyone can be a professional footballer, and they do need something to fall back on. If that plan A doesn't work, you need a plan B and C and D probably, but you know, at least a plan B. Yeah, great. That's very rewarding. Yeah. So Ross, what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask people to send in a few questions. If you've got questions for us, and we're going into our little quick fire questions, stuff away from football a little bit. Yeah.
Keep them nice.
Quick fire questions, just to find out a little bit more. Just quick fire, just to find a little bit more about Ross Weare, the man, the legend. Okay. So, guys, if you type in a couple of questions for Ross, we'll answer it after this little question session. Okay. So Ross, you ready?
Yeah, go on, man.
All right. Okay. Very easy questions. You can't get it wrong because it's about you. Right. Okay. So, tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Right. Cats or dogs?
I got both, man. But
Oh, come on, what's your favourite, man?
Dogs, man.
Dogs. Okay. City or country? I've stumped him. I've stumped him.
City.
Okay. Netflix or YouTube?
Netflix.
Right. Okay. Cardio or weights?
Cardio.
Okay. Interesting. Footballers always say cardio. Coke or Pepsi?
Neither are very good for you. I'll have zero sugar Coke.
Zero sugar Coke. Okay.
Coca-Cola.
You have to say that. Your players are watching. Winter or summer?
Summer, all day long.
Yeah? Okay. Right. Okay. What's your favourite sandwich?
Just a chicken and salad, like, you know? Yeah. Like,
chicken salad?
Nothing too fancy. Yeah, just a little chicken and salad.
Okay. That's good. That's the most healthy one we've had so far. Okay. Oh. Right. Favourite film?
Oh, this is a mad one. Escape to Victory.
Really?
Yeah,
I love that film. I love that film.
Oh, do you know how many times I've seen it and I still watch it like I ain't never seen it before?
Yeah, that's an amazing film.
Come on, that's a good film, man. You
want
to go and watch it now, isn't it?
That's my favourite one. I want to go watch it now, for real.
Yeah, trust me.
Okay, one last football question. Who's your favourite ever player?
It's mad because you got the modern players and you got, you know what I mean? So
yeah, I'm gonna go. Doesn't matter. Your favorite.
I'm gonna go Pele. Pele has always been my idol growing up. So yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah.
Pele. Yeah, no, that's not a bad choice, to be fair. Right. Outside football, all right. What do you love to do?
Everything I do is involved in football somehow.
I know that was the
No, I just like to relax and spend time with the family and that, you know, as much as I can. Just chill, man. Do the things that you can't do on an everyday basis, man. So yeah.
Yeah, okay. And last question: is there anything that I missed that you wanted people to know? You wanted to tell people? It's your platform.
No, not really. You know, just keep anyone, you know, out there. Just keep being you, man. Just do you. That's it. Simple as. That's it. Nice. Just be you.
Yeah. Thanks very much, Ross. It's been
you're welcome, James.
But now we've got questions from the audience. So, right, the first one I've got here is from Shane Baptiste. He's our under-23 manager. He says, what qualities do you look for in players? And
first thing I look for, young players. First thing I look for is attitude. It has to be the first thing, attitude.
Yeah.
Without that, you got nothing. So first thing for me is attitude.
Yeah.
Obviously, the rest comes. It goes without saying. You want them to be good on the ball, all them things. But for me as a coach, I look for a good attitude in a player.
Yeah.
For me to work. You know what I mean?
So I've got question here from Becca. She said, how did you feel when Woodford fans turned up at your cup final?
Oh, that was amazing. Seriously. And you know how much I love them guys, man. I would be a fan for them. So yeah, that was amazing. Singing songs for We United and just giving that atmosphere. It was a proper cup night. So yeah, big up the Towners, man. 100%.
No, they are amazing. They are amazing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Becca.
All right. It said one of the questions is Becca again. How did you find your time at Woodford, and what was your favourite thing about the club? I know you've answered that already, really.
Yeah, I'm sure you answered me. Yeah, you asked me that already. Yeah, I'm sure. But just the club in general, innit? The family feel, and yeah, you know, that's me. I love Woodford.
Yeah, that's it. I'm looking for. Oh, it looks like that might be the last question. So, Ross.
Cool.
Ross, thank you so much for joining me for Woodford Chats. It's been an absolute honour to speak to you. Thank you so much. Episode 4 has been a really good one. So next week, we will have Michelle Dorling on. She's the secretary of the Essex Senior League. And that'll be a different conversation, but I'm sure it's very interesting to find the inner workings of how you run a league, what the league does, and we're going to ask her about herself, and we're going to ask her, most importantly, what her favourite sandwich is. So I'll be there next week. Ross Weare, you're a legend. Thank you so much.
Good man. Love, James.
Good man. Brilliant. Yeah, send my love to Dean. And
I will do. Thanks, bro. Yeah,
I'll be there Sunday morning for the double header for Weare United.
Yeah, man, come. Yeah. Let's do this.
Okay. Thank you very much. So
you're welcome.
Everyone out there, thank you for listening. Be here next week, 8 p.m. Instagram Live from Woodford FC's page. See you all later. Cheers. Cheers, Ross. Okay.
Peace. Stay safe, everyone. In a bit.
Bye.